I'm Kate from Venison for Dinner, and this is my beloved Excallibur Dehydrator. Now, my model is 9 trays, which nicely store in there like that if I need to. I have the clear door, although I don't really feel that's necessary. The clear door, you get a solid door if it was a better price. What I do feel is an essential feature to spring for is the timer. So you can adjust the temperature, and then you can also set the timer here up to 26 hours. This is so good. Definitely spring for a model that has the timer. Something like, so if I'm culturing yogurt, that's so important because then I can culture yogurt overnight, but it's only gonna be heating for 8 hours and then it will just slowly be cooling down until I take it out in the morning. I have it in, we call our man cave, and the man cave is cooler. It's probably about 60 degrees Fahrenheit, 15 degrees Celsius in there, so it cultures at 105 and then it cools down till the morning when I take it out. Recently we were making jerky in it and it needed 2 hours at a higher temperature before it got put down to a lower temperature. So that was nice because we just turn on the timer. When the dehydrator shuts off, we had moved it into the kitchen so that we could keep a better eye on it and then put the temperature lower. And then once we had the temperature lower, we were going out ice fishing and my husband's like, well, I don't want it to be overdone. I'm like, well, just set it for a few hours. When we come home, you can check it and set it a bit longer. So this is a large cookie sheet, what would be considered a half sheet pan. This is as big of a pan as fits in a standard oven, basically. For size reference here is a tray for the Excallibur. It's a little wider, but not quite as long. So by having a 9 tray Excallibur, you can fit equivalent to 9 cookie sheets worth. Like, it has an amazing capacity. Our favorite things to make in here are I make yogurt, so I take all the trays out and I put the yogurt in and it cultures and keeps it at the perfect temperature. My husband's really into making jerky in here. We make a lot of kale chips in summer. We dry a lot of wild mushrooms. We dry oranges and such for Christmas decorations. We dry herbs from the garden, fruits. So many things, guys. So many things. Love it so much. You can get trays, sheets that cover for, like, if you're making fruit leather and such. We just cut a piece of parchment to fit it. Maybe one day I'll get the liners, but we just reuse the parchment over and over again. I also make granola in here, which I really love because I get perfectly crispy granola without having to worry about stirring it or burning it. I'm really good at burning granola. I bought this from Walmart online. It was on sale for $300 Canadian a year and a half ago. I wanted one and dreamed about one for years and years, and I am so thankful that I finally sprung for it. I also dehydrate sourdough starter in it and sell that. Basically, this thing gets used multiple times a week, year round. There's times a year where as soon as something comes out, another round's going in, just like over and over and over again, especially when it's mushroom season. We are just constantly dehydrating wild mushrooms. So the pros of this would be that it has such a large capacity. It's got a fan, so it dries really evenly. Sometimes, like a bottom tray, or like some trays will dehydrate it faster and you can swap them around, but it dries pretty evenly. I've had lower quality dehydrators and they are a lot more uneven. The fact that the heat and the fan is at the back, I think makes a huge difference versus ones that are at the top or the bottom. Cons of it would be, it's a big investment, for sure. I wish that, so let's put the trays in here. I wish that the trays were a little farther spaced apart because depending on what you're doing, you can't actually fit 9 trays in here. because of the space in between them. Like there's kind of like only a finger and a half of space in between them. Would I buy it again? Heck yes. In a heartbeat, I'd buy it again. Would I really love like a stainless steel top of the line dehydrator? Yeah, that'd be pretty fun. This is a great home use dehydrator and I am very happy with it. Another con would be sometimes the trays are kind of annoying to wash. They're easier to wash like in your bathtub, which is, I think next time that Marius makes jerky on it, I'm actually gonna do it on parchment so I don't have to wash the trays, because washing the trays after jerky is really annoying. But jerky was the first time we'd actually washed it because everything else we did was fairly dry and not messy. Like the granola would be on parchment so it didn't fall through the cracks. We'd do herbs in here, mushrooms, oranges, kale chips, all those things without washing it. It was just the jerky that we had to wash it. So next time we're gonna try doing that on parchment paper. Another con would be sometimes this door like rattles when it's going, so that's kind of noisy. So I wouldn't necessarily want it running in my kitchen all the time. That would be kind of annoying. So it's something that you like tuck in a bedroom, or like we put it in the man cave, and that's where we do it. Overall, I'm super happy with this purchase. My biggest regret with this purchase is that I didn't do it sooner, because I love my dehydrator. And I'm also surprised how much my husband uses it, because he didn't really use our other dehydrator much, but this one he uses all the time too. So there you go. If you have an Excallibur dehydrator, I'd love to hear your favorite things to make in it. Or if you have experience, we really want to try making pasta and drying it. I tried once and it was a massive fail. It was gummy and like, ooh, not good. Not good. But I think I need to look up a recipe specifically for dehydrating, not just use a pasta recipe and then dehydrate it. So if you have experience with that too, tell me. Help a homegirl out.